What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Coach DT. In today's video, we are going to talk about ACL tears. I think one of the scariest things we see as teammates, as coaches, as friends is when we see our teammate or friend on the ground holding that knee with that face of pain. Our biggest fear is don't let it be the ACL. Don't let it be the ACL. And so in this video, we're going to talk about who's the most susceptible or most likely to get ACL injuries, and is there exercises and drills that we can do to help prevent these injuries from happening. So September 1st of this year, just 1 month ago, Wentworth Douglas Hospital came out with a study that said that female athletes in cutting sports where there's a lot of change of direction are 4 to 6 times more likely to have an ACL injury or an ACL tear. In the United States, as many as 80,000 high school female athletes experience ACL injuries each year, with most ACL tears occurring in soccer and basketball. The incidence of ACL tears in females peak at the age of 16. I don't think this information so far has come as a surprise to you. I think pretty much a lot of us know that female soccer players tend to have more knee injuries, but the question is, why? The first thing we notice is landing position. When landing from a jumping position, female athletes tend to land with the knee in extension, which transfers the force of impact to the knee joint. So the key here is being able to have a soft bend in those knees and being able to absorb your landing through the hips and not just putting all the tension on your knees. The second thing we want to talk about is valgus alignment, which is pretty much a fancy way of saying that the knees cave in, okay? And women tend to have an increased knee valgus, and this alignment leads to more stress to knee ligaments during sports activities where we're cutting, jumping, and landing. There's no science that says officially that ACL tears or injuries are position specific in soccer, but there was a video analysis done that showed that 75% of knee injuries and ACL injuries came from defenders. The main reason is because defenders are quite often having to react, having to move, have good agility, change direction to stay in front of a forward, as well as when they're trying to get that ball, they're trying to slide tackle. A lot of times they're on one leg, they're off balance and extending the other leg, so they're more susceptible to ACL injuries. So as a female soccer player, how do you know if you're at risk? Here's a test. A simple test that can be performed by the athlete and monitored by their coach or parent is a 2-leg jump test. The athlete begins by standing on a step or a small box or the bottom row of the bleachers and will be instructed to jump off and land on their 2 feet. No instruction should be given in terms of how they should land other than on 2 feet. Similar to the videos that I showed you guys earlier, 2 things you're gonna see. If the athlete is strong in their hips and their quads and in their knees, they're gonna land with their feet about shoulder width. Knees are gonna be pressed out or right on top of their feet, and they're gonna be able to absorb a lot in their hips and glutes. Versus if you have that knee cave where the knees are coming in together and touching and we're pressing our knees forward versus sitting back in our hips, you know that you may be susceptible to an ACL injury, and we got to do some things to work on it. I hope you guys know this video is not to scare anyone or to make you freak out and think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna tear my ACL. This video is just to show you how to test if you may or may not be susceptible as a female soccer basketball player, and then how can we improve, how can we help prevent this from happening. So here I'm gonna show you guys a couple of different exercises. Most of them are gonna be single leg exercises, okay? So something along the lines of a walking lunge, okay? Making sure that our front and back leg are at 90-degree angles, making that L shape as we lunge up and back. We are focusing on that front knee, making sure that it's right above our ankle on top of our foot, that it's not bowing in or bowing out, that it's feeling nice, strong, and stable. This is not a rushed exercise. Take your time as we lunge up and back. Okay, the next exercise I want us to do is a single leg pistol squat on a box. Okay, you're trying to squat all the way down to the box, staying under control. What we're looking for is to see, is that knee caving in or caving out? Okay, if that knee is caving in or pushing out, we want to take the opposite heel, set it down, use it as a kickstand to allow us to come up strong and under control. Okay, focusing on that front knee. As we get stronger and stronger, we'll be able to take that opposite heel off and power through. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Just remember, there's so many different exercises out there that are gonna help you prevent ACL injuries. There's no one exercise that's like the guru trick. There's a plenty of different exercises. A lot of them are single leg like we talked about, but at the end of the day, focus on your landing. Focus on being on one single leg, being stable and having a slight bend in that knee, okay? Big keys to look for: if those knees cave in, just know we've got some muscle imbalances and we need to work on some things, all right?
Don't be scared. Use this as an opportunity to grow and to protect yourself in the future. See you next time.